Hi everyone, it's Hope with Embellish, and I have an Embellish Maker software video. This video is for you if you own Craft-N-Cut software and Embellish Maker software. I'm going to show you how to create an applique cut file inside of Embellish Maker. First thing that you're going to do is find a design that either you created or you purchased from someone, like the flamingo that we have. In Embellish Maker, I'm going to expand file and create a new page. Now I want to point out this icon, Save to Cut, has a letter N. N for Craft-N-Cut. On my computer, I own Craft-N-Cut and I have Embellish Maker. When I loaded Embellish Maker software, all of the Craft-N-Cut icons are available to me since I own both programs. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go under File and Open, and I'm going to find the flamingo design or any applique design. Step number one. What a lot of people forget, myself included, is I need to make sure that I put a check mark and convert to outlines. This is what allows me in Craft-N-Cut or in Embellish Maker to create the applique cut files. After I've selected this, I'm going to select Open. Now I'm going to zoom in really big on the applique part. And so for this flamingo, color number 1 is the applique. And let me just change that to a darker color so that you can see it. Now when I do a 3D view, what you want to do is inspect your applique design. Is the placement line in the middle of the satin stitch? If it is, you don't have to resize anything. If your placement line is, let's scroll up here, closer to the inside of the design, then you are going to need to enlarge that placement line for this exercise. So notice I'm in the middle, no enlargement necessary. I'm going to select color number 1, that is the placement line. That's the exact size that I want for my cut file. To make a cut file with Embellish Maker and Craft-N-Cut loaded, we're going to come under the Modify tab. In the Modify tab, you're going to look for this icon. Let's see here, we've got all of these available to us, and you're going to notice that the letter N means that it's a Craft-N-Cut tool. So if you're watching the video and you don't see anything with the letter N for Craft-N-Cut, that means you don't own Craft-N-Cut. If you do, this is what it's going to look like. All of my tools are fully functioning inside. So I'm going to select this icon, which is the cut preview. When I do, that placement line will automatically, in one click, be turned into a cut file. You ready? I'm going to click, and there I am. There's my cut file. Now if you look down on the lower left section, it slung it into a new screen. I'm not going to change the design that I embroider from, but what I am going to do is I'm going to use this screen to go to Save to Cut. Now if for some reason I wanted to check this cut file and make it bigger, I could come into the Properties window, and with, let's see, the Maintain Aspect Ratio still selected, I could enlarge this a little bit if I wanted to, but I know the design is fine, so I'm going to leave it as is. So now to get this cut file to my cutter, I'm going to come back up to File, expand it on the left, and look for the icon Save to Cut. I'm going to click on that, and for this I would be using my Scan and Cut or one of the other cutters, and then I would be cutting batik fabric with Applique or foolproof repositionable webbing. I'm going to click Next, and here's where the magic. It's going to tell me start your blade at 5, your speed at 1, your pressure at 3. Iron Quilter Select Applique to the back of the fabric. Leave the paper on and place the paper side down. There is a video if you'd like to click on that. In this wizard, I'm going to create Finish. So I've created a cut file. I'm going to delete this after the video because I've already created it. Notice under the file type, I have FCM, and that is because I selected Scan and Cut. When I select Save, what's going to happen is I get this printable template, and it's going to give me the size and all of those same directions. And up on the upper right, it's going to tell me the scale. As long as your fabric is smaller than a sheet of paper, most likely this will be 100%. If I was cutting a 12-inch size flamingo, it would scale it down. So when I'm done, I simply copy that FCM file to my USB stick, insert it into my Scan and Cut, and I am good to go.